A zoning change in Biloxi has a couple fighting for their dreams, neighbors taking the city to court, and council members in vocal disagreement. I've been digging into this story and unraveling the events that took this zoning change from City Hall to court.
It's perfect setup for a bed and breakfast. Private parking, 6 bedrooms, and there's 6 bedrooms, 6 baths. They're not just a bedroom. Every room is set up as a suite. And we thought this house was probably made to do something like this.
Yeah. Too good to be true?
Almost, yeah.
When it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And this home on Glen Swetman Street is no exception. Built more than a decade ago, on paper this home is perfect for a bed and breakfast, but it's not zoned that way. Dan and Heidi Hoy knew that when they made the purchase, moved from Wisconsin, and took a gamble.
We didn't want to be 15 years from now going, God, I wish we would have tried. And what would have happened if we did try? And, so now we're going through it. We're trying to make it work.
A year before the appeal was filed against the city's decision to approve the zoning change, the Hoys first petitioned Biloxi Planning Commission in 2022 to change from RS 75 single-family residential to RM 10 multifamily residential. They were denied.
They weren't sure exactly what a bed and breakfast was in comparison to, say, an Airbnb. So we tried to meet with our neighbors, and let them know throughout, over the course of the next year, to let them know what we were trying to do. And once they found out, most of our neighbors were on board.
August 3rd, 2023, the Hoys submit another zoning change request. This time, armed with nearly 40 signatures from neighbors in support of their dream. The 14-member Planning Commission recommended a zoning change. Then it landed before Biloxi City Council for final approval. October 17th, 2023.
Hello, my name is Heidi Hoy. This is all about Dan and I. I apologize.
A routine meeting turning into a flurry of opinions.
I just want to ask you to let Heidi and Dan live out their dream.
Rezoning opens a huge can of worms.
I have discovered that the Hoys are motivated by their professional gifts and talents and also love for being giving back.
Consider the parking issues, traffic flow, pedestrian safety, noise, trash, and 100 strangers walking around the house.
And the council as divided as ever.
The land change and the zoning would affect 400 homes and probably 2,000 people.
Just seems like a no-brainer to me to go ahead and approve this bed and breakfast. And the most important part is these people that George keeps saying are going to be affected want it. So thank you.
Helping sort fact from fiction is Biloxi Planning Commission Director Jerry Creel.
The people who live immediately around the house in the direct vicinity of it are the ones that were in support of it, and I think most of them are here today. The ones who are opposed to it lived further away, and we don't believe that they would be affected by this change. I honestly believe that what they're doing is bringing the zoning into compliance with what the house was built to accommodate.
And then the vote.
All in favor? All opposed?
Did you catch that? Robert Deming, Dixie Newman, and Felix Gines voted in favor. Paul Tisdale and George Lawrence opposed. But Nathan Barrett and Kenny Glavin abstained, refused to vote, claimed they couldn't decide which side to support.
It's not the right thing to do.
Yep.
You two need to step up.
Go ahead and clear it out, Nathan. I do not believe that the rezoning is the right thing to do.
Mr. President,
yes.
Mr. President, point of order,
Okay.
point of order.
I'm abstaining.
Mr.
Kenny is
President,
abstaining.
carry on out the motion, please.
The motion passes 3-2.
The motion passed, and the zoning is changed, but the celebration is short-lived.
There was a group that, I guess, pulled their money to hire an attorney to appeal the city. So they're not directly appealing us, but they're appealing the judgment of the city council.
What was that news like, hearing that they went all this way to get an attorney? And
devastating.
Disappointing.
I knocked on the doors of the 4 people listed on the original appeal. 2 didn't answer. 1 said I needed to talk to her lawyer. And the 4th? Well, he told me he dismissed himself from the litigation, claimed he didn't fully understand what he was signing. So what does the appeal say? It calls the city's decision to rezone arbitrary, capricious, unreasonable, and wants the council vote to be reversed by a judge. At the heart of the argument, some neighbors are worried about what precedent this zoning change will set and fear that more single-family neighborhoods will be invaded by what the appeal calls commercial business. This woman who spoke at the October 17th meeting, Teresa Thompson, she's one of those listed on the appeal.
This is spot zoning for one house for a commercial business. The zoning change provides a precedent that could negatively affect other areas in the entire West End neighborhoods, as well as the other areas of the city.
And now, more than 2 years after buying this home, Dan and Heidi Hoy are anxiously waiting for a decision.
Is this worth it to go through all this just to open a bed and breakfast?
It's our dream.
So it's hard to put, when does your dream end? So we're going to keep, pushing forward and, staying positive and working towards our goal of becoming a bed and breakfast. We already have the city support, so now we're just waiting for the appeal process to, run its course, and hopefully when that decision comes, we'll be able to open.
I reached out to the attorney who filed the appeal. He told me the city of Biloxi is still gathering its evidence and facts before going to court, but there's no timeline on when that will happen or when this issue will be settled. In the newsroom, I'm Noah Noble for WLOX News Now.